the same confines for a while.
Merle's hanging out with his brother. That's
it. That's it. He's hanging out with Daryl, right? How is it you finally get to work with the actor who portrays your brother?
We finally get to have a scene together. Wow!
Let's talk back and forth the last 2 seasons.
How'd you like that scene, guys? It was an awesome scene. We enjoyed doing it. It was a crazy kick-ass scene.
Tell me about portraying Merle, because he's not you initially, but you played a lot of bad guys in your time. You don't approach it as if he's a bad guy, right? How do you approach this character?
I very carefully.
He's a dangerous guy.
You know, you don't want him turning around on you with his right hand facing toward you, you know.
That's right. And speaking of that, can you tell us, what is that on your hand? Is there a real blade there? What's going on?
Little Merle.
That's Little Merle.
Little Merle's on my hand. You know what? But go back to your previous question. I won't keep it. I won't be long. But you know, Merle's very kind of. It's a tough role to get into, you know, and you know, I have fun doing it. So I enjoy kind of guys that are living on the edge. So that's kind of my style. I like that.
You played a few of them.
A couple.
The first season, you're put in that situation where you got to do or die, take the hand off to survive. And then we really don't see you again at all. Not much of you until this season. How did they tell you?
What? Yeah, season 1 was only 6 episodes anyway.
True.
So after Merle cuts his hand off and leaves the rooftop, you don't get a lot of visual Merle, but you know, there's a lot of stuff. I noticed that there's a lot of things about Merle that's being mentioned, you know, like Merle's bike and Merle's stash and all this kind of stuff. So in that way, the writers kept you know, Merle's presence still in the mix, and it was very smart and very cool of them to be doing that, you know.
Was there any concern on your part that you may or may not be coming back, or did you always feel like I'm coming back?
No, I really didn't know if I was coming back or not until I come back in the second season. After me and Norman have our scene in the when he falls down from the cliff.
Hallucinating there.
Yeah. And I kind of once they did that, I sort of felt I think this character is definitely going to come back sometime.
As an actor, had the dynamic changed at all within what they were doing when you came back versus when you were with them a couple years earlier?
What do you mean dynamics? What do you mean?
The dynamics of the actors, of the group. You were with them. You're gone for a season. You come back. Anything different?
No, I don't really care. I was never with them anyway.
Without giving anything away, what can we look forward to the next couple
I'm not telling you.
We'll pull something out here. We know there's a confrontation.
Let me see how good you are. Come on, try to get
We know there's a confrontation with the governor coming up, right? We know that's happening.
How do you know?
I read the book.
How do you know that? I don't care about the governor. Because how do you know that though?
Well, we know it because
it's in the book.
It is in the book.
The good book.
It's a very good book. It's a very good book. It's in the book,
There's
and
no
also
confrontation. We know it because it's in the good book.
And we know that if there is a confrontation, it's going to be
Merle's
interesting.
going to kick his ass.
Merle's going to do something. Yeah. I guess that's what I'm saying. Is it coming down to Merle versus the governor?
Why would I say that? AMC.
They'd have your head.
Are my friends. Look, there are always confrontations and conflicts going on in this project. And Merle, of course, being in the middle of some of these things is kind of, you know, what Merle is all about. I mean, even when I was not there, all the things that went wrong with Rick's group was sort of blamed on Merle. It's true.
It's true.
Dude,
right?
I shot the kid, right? You know, I was shooting for the deer, and the bullet went through the deer and shot the kid. Yeah, it's all. Everybody thought it was Merle. Everybody thought Merle in the first season. Everybody thought Merle led the zombies up to the encampment for the first.
That's right. No, you're
attack,
right.
you know, as revenge. So,
Of course, this year Merle has attempted to kill a couple of the folks in Rick's.
No. Merle has not attempted to kill anyone. If Merle attempts to kill, Merle kills. Merle has attempted to gain information from a few people through Merle's way.
In my favorite ways Merle does
The Merle way.
The Merle way is actually just releasing a zombie in the room, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought that was quite fair, actually.
It's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I had, on the rooftop, I had my hand handcuffed. You know,
This is true.
So,
This is true.
you know, it's like one of those, you know, here's a little payback.
We know what that is. Talk to me about, you're working with zombies here.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite zombie kill you've had so far?
You know, I like the one, I do like the one where the zombie's coming up behind me, and I just go like that. He goes up to his skull, and he falls, and Michonne, and the poor little weakened, sickly, blonde girl.
Yes.
Little sugar tits, yeah. And you notice, they did not warn me at all. If they were true friends, if they were true friends of Merle, they would have warned Merle.
Right.
But they didn't. And I think Merle took note.
Payback at some point.
Well, you know, you never know.
How does Merle feel about his brother at this point?
Well, what do you know, I mean, the poor guy's been brainwashed. Of course.
That's it. Yeah. Does he look at that way?
He's living with the city folk now, you know. He's lost all sense of countryness, you know. He can't even run a trout line anymore, probably.
But it probably is better to be with a group if you want to survive.
You believe that? I don't believe that.
Of course, we haven't seen a lot of people survive in this show. This is one of those shows where people...
This group also would slow you down.
This is true.
You know, I mean, you got a little infant, you got just people who, you know, whatever.
This is an unusual show in that main characters die throughout the season. They're killed.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. On the set, is it...
Zombies need to eat too.
They like to eat a lot. How is this treated on the set? Is this an unusual situation?
What?
When you're saying bye-bye to an actor you've been working with for a while and who's an integral part of the show?
I don't care.
So
Are you enjoying this interview?
I don't know, I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
Are you getting the answers you want?
I want to know if Merle is going to survive the season. And those are the kind of answers I
Why
want.
would you want to know that? Why in the hell would you want to know that? Tell me honestly, why would you want to know that?
Inquiring minds. We're going to open it up in a few minutes to you guys out here. And don't bother asking them what's going to happen, because you know the answer already. Let's talk.
Don't want to know.
It's the governor. It's you and the governor. And that's going to be a great episode.
The governor already has. You know, he's got other issues. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't need to mess with Merle anymore.
Merle,
Shush! I can't even see y'all out there.
I know, it's tough. Michael, you've been in so many great movies over the years.
Thank you.
I want to go through kind of a little list here, and maybe you just... Mallrats, that's a classic. Give us a couple of words and feelings about some of these projects.
Go.
Let's start off with Mallrats. Let's go,
Mallrats. Sting Palm.
Tombstone.
Horses. Sore ass. Next.
Do you like westerns? Do you like
I do like westerns. I do ride. And no, I don't. I ride well, so I didn't have a sore ass, but some people did.
I'm sure they did. Cliffhanger.
Yeah!
Remember that one?
Yeah. Italian food. Cappuccino. Dewey cappuccino.
I read that you got
Italian women. Beautiful. Romance.
7 months, right, in Italy.
No, it's beautiful. No, Rome is such a beautiful city. Absolutely gorgeous city.
And I read that you got in the best shape of your life working on that movie.
When?
Cliffhanger.
No. I'm in the best shape of my life right now.
Right now.
The Walking Dead. You know, kicking zombies' asses are a lot harder than climbing rock face.
How about Days of Thunder?
Right on, Roddy Burns, baby. He's the man. Yeah, Days of Thunder's very cool, very cool.
Here's one I think a lot of people remember. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Yeah, I killed my mama.
Killed your mom.
Yeah. Poor Henry. Poor Henry. Oh. You know, women really liked Henry.
They did.
It was really odd.
Yeah,
Very strange. Because Henry killed women, see? And it was really bizarre for me to meet people. And women would come up to me and go, oh, poor Henry. And I'm going like, what? What are you talking about, poor Henry? Oh my God.
He would murder you.
Woman, he would just, oh, never mind. I can't even say it. No, it's terrible.
But you still hear people to this day have a big reaction to that movie.
Well, it's a cool movie. It was independently done. We shot it in my old neighborhood, you know.
Chicago.
Yeah, and we brought our own lunches. It was, I mean, we did the whole entire movie for about $120,000. Wow. So it was very cheaply done. We had no permits whatsoever. The cops would turn the corner. We'd cut, run into the gateway and wait. They'd drive by. We'd look again. We'd go back out and finish the scene. That's how we did the movie. It was really a cool underground, you know, jungle warfare movie making. Is awesome.
And you, I heard you stayed in character the whole shoot because this was really the first movie you worked on, right?
Yeah, I did. You know what? I found it very difficult to go in and out of character. It was just hard, you know. So I found it much easier to, when they cut, I would go into my room, close the door, and wait until they did all the lighting and all the tweaking, and then they'd knock on the door. And then I'd come out and do the scene, and then I'd go back in my room and wait. And then you know, that's how I did the entire shooting of Henry.
You were so convincing in that
People
role.
they were very afraid of me.
I bet.
He's in his room. We don't know what he does in there, but he's in his room. Don't bother him.
Were you worried at all you might be typecast because of that role? You were so convincing at the time.
You know what? Yeah, typecasting question comes out a lot. Young actors who are out there right now, I mean, you can only hope to be typecast. That means you're going to work again, usually.
It means you did something
Yeah,
really
I mean,
well,
if
right?
you did something very well in the you know, and it's like, you know, although I did, you know, you can still be picky and selective. Don't get me wrong, but you know, having something about you that people see in you, like, you know, whether or not, you know, they're happy you're in the room, or they're kind of like taken back that you're in the room. You're at least you're giving them something. They're getting something from you. And so for me, Henry was the first real film that I had ever done. You know, so I was kind of not sure if I was going to be very good at this filmmaking, because things are shot in and out of sequence, and you know. But I found that I was actually quite good at that kind of thing. You know, picking up, you know, doing the end of the movie and then going back to the beginning. I mean, we're just flipping around all the time. So yeah, I dug it. I ended up being pretty good at it.
I'd say so. Here's one I think a lot of people here are fans of: Slither.
Slither, one of the hardest movies I ever did. The makeup took 7 hours to get on. It was quite painful. When they actually gave me a day off from the makeup, the guy that came in to do the makeup, get in the Grand Monster outfit, could only be in it for 20 minutes, and he gave up and left.
That was it?
That was it. And I usually, once I get in, you know, I'm in there all day. So it was quite crazy. Yeah.
Wow. One of the things about that is the man you made that with. He's got a new movie coming out pretty soon. Yep, and it's a new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And everybody wants to know, is Michael Rooker going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy?
You know, just because you're friends with James Gunn doesn't mean you're going to be in his movie.
But it's worked out for you.
Are you kidding me? I'd love to be in his movie. I'm not saying, no, I don't want to be in this movie because I'm his friend. And I want to be in his movie because I'm his friend. I'd love to be in the movie, of course. But you know what? I mean, that's all, you know, that's out of my hands. I don't have anything to say about it. So.
No breaking news here? Nothing we can announce? This is the look. This is the Merle look I'm getting right now. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Call of Duty. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. The new one with Mia Norman.
The new Walking
also
Dead.
by Activision. What's it called?
Well, I know it's Walking Dead.
Survival Instinct.
Survival Instinct.
Do your homework. Good Lord.
What's that?
Getting hot.
The coat's coming.
Look at those guns.
You're in good shape.
For a man of my age. I knew what you were thinking.
How do you like this? The video games, the voices. Is it?
Dude, I love it. I love working in the gaming industry. It's awesome. I love doing the motion capture. It brings me back to acting 101, because you know this block of wood could represent a tank or an F-16, and so you're there, and you got all these little weirdo dots and sensors all over your body, and your gun could be a water bottle, for God's sake, okay? Just like when you're like an 8-year-old. You know? And they frown on you going, but they like you to pretend like you're really shooting. And so I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's just, like you say, it's not just your voice. You're acting it out.
No, you're doing, when you do motion capture, you do, they're there to capture every nuance of your body language. So you have to, you got to play it out. Yeah.
Let's open. Anybody have any questions for Michael?
Oh, we got some questions.
Come on up.
Questions?
Okay, we got mics on this side and microphone on this side.
Oh, great. Come on.
Let's start with you right here.
Make them good.